What's good, YouTube land? Uncle Form here, back again once again. And today we are here for episode 66. Actually, episode 66, because you guys should know by now I am terrible at keeping track of things, even though I have a notebook here, and I don't seem to do that very right. Anyhow, moving forward, this episode is going to be a little bit of a hodgepodge because I have loads of little bits and little clips that I've recorded that I wanted to string together into an episode. So in this episode, we are going to do a bit of wandering around and collecting and a couple side quests. I've got to the point in the game now where I can do the gauntlet runs. So we're going to do two of those for the end of the episode and one little side quest beforehand, because I think that learning about the Tanakh and the Utaru and their relationships together is really interesting. So if you like what you see here today, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, ring the bell to get notified of more content coming your way, share with your family and your friends, and let's get it.
Are you almost done?
I was annoyingly impatient at your age, too.
Everything okay? What are you doing out here?
Ask my grandmother. I risked leaving guard duty to look for her. She stopped to see the bloom, and now she won't leave. Since when does she care about flowers?
They're not just flowers, child. They're scarlet stems with a scent that soothes the nerves. Or so I was told many years ago by an Utaru seed tracker.
An Utaru? Now you're telling stories. If one trespassed here back then, you'd have killed him on sight.
I couldn't. Found him picking flowers, right near here in Tanakh territory. I was all set to strike him down, but he was singing.
Singing?
Can't remember the tune now. Just the lilt of his voice. And his name. Nilo. He decided to stay for a day or two. I took guard duty here so I could keep coming back to him. And he kept delaying his return to Plainsong. For the flowers, he said.
Please don't tell me I'm descended from an Utaru gardener.
Almost. Almost. But the thrill of battle called to me, and he had to return to his people. I've always wondered about the life I missed with him, whether he misses it too. Would he welcome me in Plainsong, or at least accept a scarlet stem?
It's a long way to Plainsong, but I get back there now and then. I could pick some scarlet stems and bring them to Nilo, if I can find him.
Please. He was an herbalist there. I know the time has long since passed, but I'd like to know. Well, I'd like him to know. Ugh, you know what I mean.
I think I do.
Encouraging an old woman? Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I?
Think she'll find that Nilo guy?
I thought you didn't care.
I don't. Not really.
Beware, Outlander.
Outlander, what can I do for you?
You're the herbalist here, right? Are you Nilo?
No, Nilo was before my time. I think he went up north a while back to Riverhim. Why? Do you need a special solve?
No, but someone else does, in a way. Thanks. I'll try Riverhim.
There's a grove there, a memorial, a beautiful greenery. If he's there, I bet he'll be tending it.
Thanks again.
Glad I could help. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay, Riverhim. I should look for Nilo. Give him the scarlet stems. The herbalist in Plainsong said he might be near the Memorial Grove.
These fields are covered
Ada,
in poisonous
Monet, Nilo.
Did she say Nilo?
There's illness, starvation, storms.
Hi there.
Honora, here. You're a long way from home.
I suppose I am. I'm looking for an herbalist named Nilo. I think I heard you say his name.
You've come to the right place. His seeds were buried here, where he tended the blooms of others, including my mother's. I'm his daughter, Gia.
How long has he been gone?
Some 5 years now. He put a lot of love into this grove. Almost as much as he gave me. That's why I could never abandon Riverhim.
I'd like to leave some flowers, if I may. From an old friend of his.
Scarlet stems. They're rare in these parts, but they were his favorite. I never knew why. He planted them whenever he could, but never picked them. Preferred to just watch them bloom.
Sounds about right. So he was a good man who led a full life?
He was. And he did. I don't know who this old friend is, but if my father liked them, they must be a good soul.
Brighter day with you among us.
Through you, the roots of Riverhim remain.
Now that I think about it, Nilo travelled very far from not just the Plainsong, but from Riverhim to pick Scarlet Stem. A few weeks' journey, or a few days' journey at least. But it's nice to know that in the years of turmoil and strife in the clanlands, there were people like Nilo who brought peace to at least a few Tanarks. And even the prospect of having relationships between inter-clan relationships via relationships between clan members. And it's nice to also know that the understanding of legacy that is held particularly by the Utaru holds a lot of weight and meaning. They don't just plant their flowers of the dead, but they tend to them and watch them grow, as well as spread other plants in and around where they can.
Is my long vision
Idle
over?
thought.
You have word from my grandmother's gardener?
Yes and no. I laid the scarlet stems at his grave. His favorite flower, according to his daughter. Always love to watch them bloom.
He's gone. But he did think of me over the years. That'll have to be enough.
Really? That's it? Are you sure you got the right herbalist?
Huh. Seemed like you thought it was a fool's errand.
Well, it's just that it meant something to you. It could have been a whole other life.
Could have been. But this life hasn't turned out so bad. Even have a granddaughter who cares enough to come looking for me out in the wilds. And I've still got scarlet stems to remind me of Nilo.
Sounds like your grandmother's got it all figured out.
Maybe she does. Just tell me the next time you want to come out here, okay? Instead of disappearing?
Maybe I will. Here, Outlander. Take this. For helping an old woman to remember she was once young.
Now on to what we really came here to see. The various Gauntlet runs. I think there was 3 in total. Was it 4? Can't remember. One in the desert lands. This one at the coast. And there's one more in the north near the bulwark. Yeah, 3. Not my favourite part of the game, if I'm honest. Don't get me wrong, these courses are really well thought out, especially with the machines and other wildlife that interacts with them. But they vary in difficulty depending on how you set up your game. And they are a nice bit of diversion, but there seems to be a storyline passing through them. So I'll leave you to watch pretty much the last lap of this, the last part of this second one, and then the whole of the third one. You won't hear too much from me in the background because I've had to basically record the audio afterwards because I'm a melon. But yeah, stay with me here and enjoy. I don't do terribly well with these, but trust me, I'm far better at Mario Kart, despite what some of my friends may say. Yes, I'm looking at you, Emma, and I'm looking at you, Kieran. May not win against you guys all the time, but I do definitely make it fun.
First place! Not bad for fresh meat, huh?
Guess you might have a shot at winning against Red Team. Doesn't mean I won't beat you too.
You can try.
Ax mentioned he found a new track up in Skyclan territory, east of the Bulwark. You should come try it. If I'm gonna beat Red Team, might as well practice with a real racer.
We'll see. If I'm up that way.
I'll make sure to sharpen my arrows.
It's the only thing they can do.
Aloy! You made it!
I was hoping you'd show up. You'll be happy to know you have a special audience today.
Oh yeah! Lenti's coming, isn't he? Bet he heard you got some serious competition now.
You win this race, maybe our reigning champion will be up for taking you on. Get her what she needs, will you, Hats?
You got it. Ready to show us what you can do on that track?
Let's do this.
How you like my arrows, fresh meat? Gotcha! Gotcha!
That came out of nowhere!
Yeah, let's go! Yeah! Gotcha! Yeah, let's go! Gonna bring you down!
That hurt, fresh meat!
Yeah!
if it isn't my favorite psychopathic Karja. So glad to see Nil. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, he's one of my favorite characters, and I have honestly missed him. And he
Kill
talks with the
bandits, you know,
same
for
silky
different
smooth voice
reasons.
I have come to love and appreciate.
I, now
I'm glad they brought it back and they made that his
glad you two have
survival
moved on to
at the
something
end of his
new
quest
and
chain
related.
is canon. That's a nice little reminder.
You always said that the thrill of the kill was too sharp to deny. It's hard to believe you've left that life behind.
I still hear the call when the blood boils and the bowstring tightens. But then I race. The threat of every turn, each well-placed strike, the arrow that grazes the skin. It's a dance that holds death close, at the perfect distance, repeatable and therefore perpetual. And I get to share it with fellow riders who appreciate the flavor of blood and steel. It's enough to soothe a man's demons. I believe you know this, or else you wouldn't be here.
I think my demons are slightly different from yours, Nil. So... racing?
Ah, yes, a surprise for me as well. By chance or fate, I found myself wandering the desert, thirsty for a thrill. And then I saw the riders. A glint of steel at high speed, metal haunches splashed with blood. I admit I was smitten. To ride the edge between life and death. Now that is a beautiful thing.
I guess that's one way to describe it. How are you even here?
I won't bore you with the details. It's enough to say that you left Meridian a land of peace. And a man with a bow can go restless in such a place, so I traveled my old haunts for a while.
You've been to the Forbidden West before?
During the Red Raids, yes. I have fond memories of that campaign.
I'm not sure fond is the word I'd use.
I did what was acceptable at the time. Some might call it excess, but I think the Tanakh understood. They relish the kill, and grasp the need of it. That's a language we can both speak.
I wish I could say you were wrong. So, the mask, the armor... You knew the Tanakh would never let a Karja join a race.
When I returned to the Forbidden West, I knew that walking the clan lands would attract as much blood as my bow could handle. And it did. But I realized that if I wanted to ride with the Tanakh, it wouldn't do to indulge in petty duels. I mean, you can't race with the dead.
So you restrained yourself? Sort of.
There's no restraint on the track. Who knows, though? One day, the mask may no longer be necessary. After all, everyone here knows me by the speed of my mount and the sting of my arrows. And the Tanakh to respect victory even more than they cherish their feuds. But for now, it keeps the children entertained.
So Noah's not the only example of a Karja who's come to take up the Tanakh colours and costume in order to roam along with them. We had Vishav first, and then we met the girl, or we will meet. I have to remember when I recorded this and how things are a bit back to front. You'll see in another episode, we do meet another person who was Karja who's taken up their colours in order to be among them, but to a far more dangerous, perhaps, extent. You'll see. And we'll talk about it. So look forward to that.
I'm glad you found your thing, Nil. relieved, actually. I think.
Don't worry. Nothing will ever quite replace our partnership.
I wasn't worried.
You know, you could always join us. Live without the restraints of whatever narrow path you've carved out for yourself these days.
Thank you for the offer, but I think I'm good.
As expected. But you can always find me on the track if you need a release. And I promise to never go easy on you.
I know that's supposed to mean something nice, so, thanks.
Hey, Red Teeth! Stop hogging all the attention. Aloy, you want to celebrate with us too, right?
I'll leave you to it. See you when you feel the need, Aloy.
So, you gonna tell us what's under the mask or what?
Sorry, winners only.
Worth a try.
Don't celebrate for too long. Tracks don't race themselves, you know.
Just try not to kill each other before I get there.
Hey, Aloy, you won the big one? Don't forget to take your winnings. Left them in that chest for you.